Today I want to talk to you about string choice for your 6-string banjo or Ganjo or Banjitar, however you decide to say it. But simply a 6-string banjo. And if you've seen my other video, you'll know I've done a lot of mods to my 6-string banjo. You'll know that the head is a premium Remo head. You'd notice that you would know that I installed a piezo pickup and a new bridge and upgraded some of the electronics. So I'm not going to get into a review. I will leave a link below to the review that I did. It's half review and it's half mods, but on this one, on this video, I want to talk about string choice. If you do go back and watch my original video, you'll notice that I high strung it. And basically what I did was, is I took all plain strings from the 1st to the 6th string, and I took all the wound strings off, and then I replaced these 3 with plain strings. And that gave me a more traditional style, a more traditional sound banjo. Well, I kind of grew tired of that, so I went out searching for a new sound. I ended up getting the just a regular pair of Slinkies. I thought I had them around here. I don't guess I do. And I didn't really like that. They were Slinky, not so Slinkies. They come in the yellow pack. They were nickel wound. Pretty much what the Banjitar, the Banjo, the 6-string banjo, whatever you want to call it, come with. They come with 10s from the factory, and I think they come with Diodarios. But as I said in my last video, the best thing you can do is just cut them off and start new. But anyway, I was looking for a different sound. So I strung these up with the not so Slinky 11s. I think there was 11 to 52s, and I don't know. I mean, it felt a lot, but because they were a heavier gauge, it did feel a lot like they did when I was high strung, when I had all plain strings on. But the sound was too woofy. It was real woofy for some reason. It just didn't sound good. So so I got to thinking, I had an extra set of strings on hand that I used for my acoustics, and I've totally fallen in love with these strings. I used to be a Diodario guy. I used to be Earthwood. I really wasn't too picky. I couldn't really hear the difference a lot in the mix, so I really wasn't too picky. I never did like the Nano Webs. I never did like the Elixir brands, the coated ones. I just never really got into them. That's just my opinion. And if you like them, then I would say definitely stick with those. But I fell in love with these retro acoustic strings by Martin. And I have these same strings on a couple of my acoustic guitars. And guys, I'm going to tell you, they're great strings. They are great strings. They sound good, they play good, and they aren't very expensive. They are really good strings. So I decided, well, I love them so much for my acoustic. Excuse me, let's try and see what they'll sound like on my 6-string banjo. And they sound great. So anyway, let's just take a listen to what they sound like. This is unamplified. This is just straight through my little microphone that I'm using, and it's unamplified. And I'm just going to run through some chords, and I'm just going to pick and strum the way I would do just in a normal session, in a normal gig, and you can kind of hear the difference. So yeah, as you can see, they sound pretty good. They're not woofy. They have a nice, bright, crisp tone. Now, a lot of that may have something to do with my head, my new head that I changed. Let me bring that down a little bit. My new head, but that was unamplified. That was just straight ambient room volume. I was strumming. I tend to strum in this area. This area here seems to give you the best, with these strings anyway, it seems to give you the best tone. Now if it were high strung, then I usually just pick. And then I would kind of work in some chordage up top here, some maybe root notes. Of course, it didn't sound like a root note. It just really sounded like a drone string, depending on what chord you were playing. But yeah, you know, guys, I think I would go ahead and recommend that if you're just looking for a different sound, or if it's time to change your strings on your 6-string banjo, I would certainly recommend these. I mean, I think I give $7 for those the other day, and for $7, I mean, it's totally worth a try to, you know, get a different sound. What I do want to do in the future, and I may do this in weeks to come, when these get wore down, or I just get tired of the sound, I may try to put acoustic strings on them. I've never had an acoustic string on this Ganjo. They've always been the nickel or the high strung, or now the blend of the nickel and copper retros. So I've never had the the 8020s on here, and I'm just curious to what that would sound like. But then again, you know, it depends on your usage too. I mean, if you're amplified, if you're plugged in and you're using the piezo blended with the humbucker, I'm not sure how that would work. But you know what, guys? I mean, honestly, I mean, these instruments aren't made really to be to be plugged in. They are made to be mic'd and to just simply play acoustic style. I don't know. I think I'm going to try that. Now I'm a little bit curious. Now I don't want to take these off right now and string them up, but I think I may do that in a couple weeks. But hey, let me know in the comments. Have you tried this? Have you put a set of acoustic strings on your 6-string banjo? And if so, how did it sound? In fact, if you have a video of it, I would love to see it. Definitely tag me in it, or contact me some way, because I would definitely love to see it, and I would love to share it as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So I definitely recommend, in closing, giving these little Martin retro strings. These are 11 custom light 11 gauge. I would definitely give them a opportunity on your banjo for a few weeks or a few months or so. If you like them, it may be something indefinite. But I'm for right now, I'm enjoying the sound of them. It's something different. But you know how us guitar and banjo and bass players, us string players are. I mean, we're always looking for that magic sound that really probably never exists. But you know, the thrill is in the hunt, not the catch. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them below. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate the subscribers. We're up to 400 and something now, which isn't a lot, but I do take it serious. I love reviewing instruments. I love experimenting with instruments, and I appreciate you guys who do subscribe. I appreciate that, and I look forward to putting out more content like this. So anyway, yeah, I'll see you next time.